it's a little bit unusual for an organization to introduce the methods that we offer, because we are not teaching anything. We are offering an experience of finding that contact with ourselves. And that needs to be experience-based. We can't teach being, you have to experience it. So we have courses where 99% is just experiencing the meeting with yourself, with your colleagues, and with the whole.
You can see differences very fast in an organization, especially in the team meetings. When a person enters, you notice a person enter into the room with stress. Everyone goes up in the mind and in feelings, and you get a little bit stressed yourself. If a person comes in from the being state with that centeredness, people will sense that in the room. And after quite short time, they say, we would like to have this permanent in the company. So we have to reach this level of experience where people sense we want this in every moment. So we will get an every moment awareness culture.
We meet a lot of managers that feel they don't have time to really be with their employees. They are busy in meetings and doing a lot of things. But being present for your people is not about time, it's a state that you're in. And when we practice to connect to that state within and to stay connected, you don't need a lot of time to feel connected, to feel present, and to make your people feel that you are there for them.
And to come into a company, we have showed the proof, the economic change, a lot of things that you can measure. People are healthier. They are more harmonic in their work. They deliver more from a peaceful state. You don't change the way you deliver. You change the way beneath how you work. But basically, it's to be centered and in connection with your body, to be in relation to your thoughts and feelings. So you are running them, they are not running you. Most people, the brain is just running, or the mind is just running them. To take charge of that, you are the one who should decide what your mind should work with, not the other way around. The brain and the mind and the feeling system is occupied with the past and the future. The here and now is presence, but it's not just presence, being more than just presence. The inner and outer knowing or awareness in the moment. And that's, the brain can't grasp that. You have to experience it. Presence we can feel it now. But the being state is including the outer and the inner. So there's no border in between. And then something happens in relation to you, in relation to the team, in relation to everything.
We like to go quite traditional in one way because we are so grounded in mindfulness, and we know that the 8 weeks course, it's what is recommended to really get the effect. So we have 8 weeks courses where we meet every week, and we do practice a lot together, practice to be aware in the present moment. We meditate together, and we do exercises to watch ourselves, become aware of our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions in different situations, to have sort of tools and methods with us also when we enter into our daily lives. And we always have intense 2 days intense, where we are mostly in silence, which is very new to some of the participants, but that is also a very good way to really meet yourself, to get to know who am I really, and what are my thoughts and emotions shifting during the day. When we take out a lot of the impressions as much as we can really feel into what's going on in these different systems that we have been talking about: the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the intuitive. We actually prefer to go with the experience first most of the time. We try to explain as little as we can, but of course we also have theories included in the program. But the theory will land better. It will sit better with you when you've first experienced it and then get the explanation. Because if you get the explanation first, the risk is, or the mind starts to watch the mind, and you're still stuck in your mental system.
Because science showed that 90% of the participants will have the possibility to change into another state after 8 weeks. This is tried with science. You need 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks. And it seems like 8 weeks, you reach like 90% of the participants. And we do it always. We have open groups where people can come from different companies, and we can do it also online to some extent. Often there are companies that would like to have this into their culture. It's like a win-win situation. People get more harmonious and produce more. We often start with a leadership team in a company, so they get it. And then we go to the employed. Some companies where we've been able to do it through the whole company, it's such a change.
That's what we like the most, when we can work with the culture, because then we also know it will stick. Because sometimes if you go into an open program and you get it, and you come back into these environments, like where I was at the insurance company, not very many was grounded and aware. So when you come into that kind of environment again, it's like a really tough training camp. It's not the best environment to try to really stay in this connection. Or like if you have colleagues, you start to speak the same language, you start to act similar. It makes it so much more easier and much more held. So that's where we love to be. But of course, we also welcome everyone who wants to join us. It's like we also want to create a movement, not only with the organizations that we work with. We try to spread this through our own being in every single interaction that we have throughout the day, working or not working.
Come to an open session with us. You will get the experience about what this is about. And we also, in the beginning, 20 years ago, we had a lot of material showing all the science behind it. And if you need that to tell your colleagues, you can get that. And thank you, all of you, for being here. And remember, it's no difference in the next moment from this moment. The possibility to be aware here and now.